Hi, I'm Martin Gibbons. I'm one of the founders of PeopleMaps, and over the next few minutes I want to explain how you can go about having your article published by PeopleMaps. As I say, my name is Martin Gibbons. I founded PeopleMaps back in 2001. Since then, 1.4 million reports have been issued, and we have thousands and thousands of corporate account holders too. Essentially what we do is personality profiling. That's the core business, if you like, of PeopleMaps, and we developed the PeopleMaps personality profiling system. It's a Jungian system. It's developed specifically for online use, and it's used in recruitment and in management and in training and staff development and in coaching, and there's I think well over 100 topics. So that's essentially what we do. We do a little bit of online coaching relating to all of these areas as well, but principally we developed the PeopleMaps profiling system. That's our core business. We don't have coaches, we don't have consultants, we don't have people out there doing that side of things. Now, the reason that you should publish with PeopleMaps is quite simply, we have a very large readership. Our database is well in excess of 100,000 from time to time. You clean it up and change, of course, it's always modifying, but it's never less than 100,000. Sometimes it's as high as maybe 200,000 or 300,000. And we email our list regularly. Now, I want to be able to email them with interesting content. And although we write a lot of content and produce a lot of articles, I really want to get more diversity. I want to share with them your stories and what you're working on to give them the widest possible diet and content in this general arena of psychology, personal development. I'll talk a little bit more about exactly that. Now, what happens when you have an article published by us is that we would email our list, probably more than once, and certainly include a link to your article. So we don't just publish it on the website, which in itself would be worthwhile because it's a PR4 website, it's been around a long time, but more importantly, we have a very large audience that we will tell that, hey, this new article about whatever it is has just been published, go check it out. So that's part of what we do as part of our service. The reason you'd want to do that is obviously pretty obvious, to be honest. It's about raising your profile and introducing you to a whole new audience, our audience, which is very diverse, it's pretty big, mostly UK based, but we do have tens of thousands of people across the world. So I would maybe say that possibly 80% of our audience might be UK based. But we have lots of people in Canada, South Africa, Australia, you name it, we probably have people there. Another reason you want to get your article published is quite simply backlinks. You know, if you're trying to get ranked in Google and on the search engines, well, it's very important that you have good quality, and that's the keyword these days, relevant backlinks. So we would only publish content from people who were related to our industry, if you like, in some way. So you're probably into coaching or management or training or personal development or some arena around those areas, or psychology in the broadest sense. In which case, I say, when you write an article with us, that article is permanent, and we also include a link back to your website, and that link will also be permanent. So backlinks are very, very valuable, and we're happy to give you a backlink free of charge. We don't charge anything for any of these services. So what can you write about? Well, as I say, we're looking for you to write about what you do. I'm very interested in case studies, the kind of stuff that I know our readers of. We've a very diverse audience, but our readers would definitely be interested in anything to do with psychology in the broadest sense of the word. Bear in mind that every single one of our readers has spent 5 to 10 minutes completing our personality questionnaire and has read at least a free report from us. So they are interested in this subject in general. So if you can write about anything that you're doing in terms of your own coaching practice, whether you're working one-to-one as a personal coach, or whether you're working with management, or if you're maybe working with companies and you're training companies, or if you work in the field of psychology in any area. So it's pretty broad. We will consider most things that are in this arena. So as I say, do talk to us because our audience is pretty broad and we know that they're interested in a variety of things. So I say, do write to us with a suggestion if you feel that you're not sure. But to be honest, in the broadest sense of the word, anything to do with psychology, management, business development, personal development, coaching, training, all of those issues, weight loss included, all these side of things, any of these sub niches of these subjects, we're definitely interested in. As I said earlier, we do not charge for this service, and the reason for that is we retain full editorial control and integrity. We don't want to feel we have to publish something because somebody is paying us for it. So if it's up to us to decide whether we publish or not, and we don't charge you for this. So if we do decide to publish your article, it's because we like the article and we feel it's relevant to our audience. I would say that the article, of course, has to be unique content. Now, you might have written a very similar article somewhere else, but you have to be able to edit that sufficiently so that it's sufficiently unique. The reason for that is that Google really gets upset if it comes across duplicate content. So if you've put, if you've had the article published anywhere else online and you gave me the same article, one or both of us would be punished by Google for doing that. So we want to help your rankings, not hinder them. So make sure that you give me something that at least Google's search engine would see as is sufficiently original content. So why do we want to publish your articles? Well, it's quite simply to do with me providing more and more value and service to my readers. We have a very large and diverse readership. I want to give them a very varied diet, and therefore we provide a lot of content, but we can't provide all of it. You're working in some interesting areas, I'm pretty sure, so we really want to share what you're doing in some of the corners that you're working in with our audience, because we genuinely believe that they will find it interesting, and that's what we want to do. So key things, of course, don't make it salesy, make it informative, keep it interesting, don't just make it a sales plug, we wouldn't be able to publish that, but just make it a good, interesting article about what you do. Below, I've outlined in a pretty detailed specification, both technically and to give you more guidelines. So if you just follow that, then you can't really go too far wrong. It's pretty straightforward. So I would ask you to do as much of that as you can. The more that you give me a full and complete specification, as outlined before, the more likely we will publish your article. If you just hand me over a Word document that's really not doing any of the things that I've asked for it to be below, then I'm not saying we wouldn't publish it, but I'm likely to publish other articles first because they're just simply easier and quicker. Okay, that's essentially it. As I say, I'm Martin Gibbons. I look forward to getting to know you more, so do keep in touch. You don't need to submit just the one article. If you write something good, then we'll probably come back to you and say, hey, is there anything else you want to write? So get to know us. I look forward to getting to know you, and as I say, go and do that. This is great free publicity for you. You really should be making the very most of it. And if you have any questions, I say bat them over to email. We don't really do telephone support. We are an internet company, so we we try and do things as efficiently and effectively. We operate in several continents, so we're all in different time zones, so it's very difficult for us to do telephone. But we're very good at communicating online, so do raise a ticket or respond to your email and we will get right back to you. But get something to us, we'll be delighted to publish it. Thanks very much for watching.